wanted to add 2 points from the previous Zoom meeting that I did, the discussion that we had. 2 things that I meant to mention that I think are very important but didn't get to, so I wanted to add them as a little PS to our last Zoom meeting. When we were talking about the standing leg being in its constant state of rotation or promenade, this is a method that I have found is very helpful to the students to get them to trigger the proper muscles internally instead of shifting their body. If you ask them to stand in fifth, stand right beside them and just place your hand on the front of their psoas attachment here and use your upper arm, your lower arm actually, against their rib cage so that they can feel if they push into your arm, if they move their ribs, or they can feel if they push into your body, if they move hips. So the idea is that they don't move anything, but then you place your hand here and ask them to, without moving any part of their body, internally pull this muscle away from your hand. And you, without fail, a couple of times, every single one of them, you will feel this muscle trigger, which is exactly what you want to get them to understand. No matter which muscle you call it, which attachment, how you want to do it, you want this trigger because, ask them to relax for a second. Okay. As it triggers, you'll notice that the whole pelvis, everything wants to rotate in the turned out direction that we want. So I'm going to ask her to trigger that, which is hard to see on the video, but as she does, the hips naturally want to continue this turnout. And that's what I call the promenade key. The standing leg wants to always be in a promenading and releveing position. The standing leg, this muscle is always triggering, so that, let's say you, relax for a second, Allison. All right, let's say you're in sur le coup-de-pied derrière. You go back. Okay. If the standing leg is constantly promenading, go ahead and trigger this muscle. It should just be a matter of whether you say, okay, heel, you can move, and the promenade should just start. Without, come back, any shift over the ball of the foot or any muscle change in the leg. Okay? It just starts because this is constantly promenading. That's relaxing. And that's how we keep the tension and the gripping out of it. It's the constant work of the internal muscle instead of trying to hold something.